All right, today we're throwing two giants of industrial motor control into the ring for a head-to-head battle. We've got the variable frequency drive, the VFD, facing off against the soft starter. Now, they both solve the same huge problem, but they do it in completely different ways. So let's get into it. So picture one of those giant industrial motors, right? The kind that's running a massive pump or a super long conveyor belt. You can't just, flip a switch like it's a desk lamp. If you did that, you'd unleash absolute chaos, both on the electrical grid and on the machine itself. The real question is, how do you tame all that raw, untamed power? Well, the heart of the issue is what we call the motor startup problem, and specifically, it's the challenge of something called inrush current. Basically, when a motor tries to go from a dead stop to full speed in an instant, it creates this violent jolt, and that jolt is both electrical and mechanical. And this slide really breaks that jolt down perfectly into two big problems. On the one hand, you've got mechanical shock. That sudden, insane amount of torque can literally shred gears, it can snap belts, or if you're trying to move something on a conveyor, it can just send everything flying. And then on the other side, you've got the electrical surge. We're talking about an inrush current that can be 6, 7, even 8 times what the motor normally uses. That can cause lights to flicker, trip circuit breakers, and just put a massive strain on the whole power system. And that brings us right back to our two contenders for taming this beast. You've got the straightforward, no-nonsense soft starter, and then you have the more complex, more capable, variable frequency drive, or VFD. So how do they actually pull this off? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the fundamentals behind each one, because their approaches couldn't be more different. The absolute best way to think about a soft starter is with this analogy right here. It's basically a giant dimmer switch. You know how when you turn on a light with a dimmer, you can bring the brightness up nice and slow and smooth? A soft starter does that exact same thing, but it's doing it with electrical voltage for a huge motor. So here's the more official definition. It's a device that smoothly, gradually increases the voltage going to the motor, but, and this is important, only during startup. Its entire job is to manage that initial power up. The thing you have to remember is this. Once that motor is at full speed, the soft starter's job is totally done. So it all happens in the simple 3-step process. First, it limits that initial voltage hit. Second, it slowly ramps that voltage up until the motor hits its full, single speed. And then third, and this is really the key, it bypasses itself. An internal switch closes, and the motor just runs directly off the main power. The soft starter is basically just sitting there, inactive, while the motor does its thing. Okay, now let's talk about the VFD. If the soft starter is just a simple dimmer switch, the VFD is like a full-blown audio mixing board. It doesn't just control the volume or the voltage. It also has this super precise control over the pitch or the frequency. And this control isn't just for startup. It's happening all the time. So how in the world does a VFD pull this off? Well, it's a way more sophisticated process. It takes the regular AC power coming in from the wall, converts it into DC power, and then from that DC, it builds a brand new, perfectly sculpted AC signal from scratch, and that lets it adjust both the voltage and the frequency on the fly, giving it total command over the motor's speed at any moment. And this lays out that internal process beautifully. The first stage, the rectifier, that's what turns the messy AC into clean DC. The second stage, the DC bus, it's kind of like a holding tank that filters and stores that power. And then the final stage, the inverter. Well, that's the artist. It precisely chops up that DC power to build a brand new variable AC wave. It's this AC to DC to AC conversion that gives the VFD its amazing control. So let's just boil this all down to one single slide. If you take away only one thing from this explainer, this is it. A soft starter controls only the voltage and only during startup. After that, your motor is stuck at one fixed speed. A VFD, on the other hand, controls both voltage and frequency, and it does it continuously. That means your motor can run at pretty much any speed you tell it to at any time. Okay, so now that we get how they work, let's get to the next big question. Where do you use them? Because this is all about picking the right tool for the right job. And that really is the name of the game here. You can think of a soft starter like a simple wrench. It's perfect for one specific task. The VFD, well, that's more like a fancy multi-tool. So the question is never which one is better. It's always what's the job we're trying to do. So where does that simple, reliable soft starter really shine? Well, it's perfect for things that need a smooth start, but then just run at one constant speed for a long, long time. Think about a big water pump, where a sudden start would cause that water hammer jolts in the pipes. Or a conveyor belt, where a jerky start would spill everything all over the floor. It starts gently, then it just runs at full blast. Simple. VFDs, with all that precision control, they're meant for a completely different set of problems. HVAC systems are the classic example. You can run a fan at, say, 40% speed instead of just turning it on and off all day, and that saves a ton of energy. Or think about industrial mixers that need different speeds for different recipes. Basically, anytime you need to actually change the speed of the process itself, the VFD is what you're going to reach for. All right, let's put these two side by side for the final scorecard. We're going to look at the pros, the cons, and of course, what this all means for the wallet. Now, before we dig into all the details, this slide right here really captures the fundamental trade-off. The soft starter is way cheaper to buy up front. The VFD, on the other hand, costs more to get started, but it can literally pay for itself over time thanks to huge energy savings, especially on machines where the load changes a lot. So let's just run down this scorecard real quick. The soft starter wins on simplicity, right? Lower cost, it's smaller, it's easier to install. But the VFD, it just completely dominates on control. That full command over speed and torque is what gives it its killer app, those massive energy savings. And as a nice little bonus, VFDs usually come packed with way more advanced features to protect the motor. But there's always a catch, isn't there? With VFDs, that complex AC to DC to AC switching process, it isn't perfectly clean. It can actually create electrical noise, what we call harmonic distortion, and push it back into the power grid. That can sometimes mess with other sensitive equipment, and that might mean you have to buy extra filters, which adds to the cost and complexity of the whole thing. So, we've seen how they work, where they're used, and how they stack up against each other. Let's bring it all home and deliver the final verdict on how to make the right choice. And you're going to find these things absolutely everywhere. All the big names in the industrial world, Siemens, Rockwell, ABB, you name it, they all make a whole range of both soft starters and VFDs. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. The question is never, which one of these is better? It's always, what does my application actually need? If you just need a smooth start for a motor that's going to run at one speed, a soft starter is the perfect, most cost-effective tool for the job. But if you need precise, continuous control over the speed, and you want to squeeze every last drop of energy efficiency out of your system, then the VFD is really your only option. But I'm going to leave you with this one last question to think about. In a world that is getting more and more focused on efficiency, you really have to wonder, will the total control and the long-term savings of the VFD eventually make it the default choice for, well, everything? It really becomes a question of when that long-term payback always wins out over the upfront cost. Something to think about. That's it for this time.